Call to order this afternoon, the Finance Committee. Today is April 14, 2026. Have a roll call.
Mr. Westmoreland,
Present.
Mr. Anthony, Ms. Dominguez, Mr. Moore. A quorum.
We're going to have Mr. Tom Tollers sit in as an additional member tonight. And we're going to ask him to lead us in the pledge.
Please stand.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you.
What is up with this chair?
All right, we'll move on to finance updates. Mr. McNeely, 2026-2027 salary schedule.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, I just got a text from Justin Thornhill, who they handle the technology for Wayne Glasscock, and he said that something with the network is keeping tonight's meeting from being live streamed. So they're going to record it and they'll have to upload it, but I'm just letting you know we're not live to the world this evening. All right. So we don't have any items for you to take action on tonight. We wanted to get a head start on the salary schedule. So I'm presenting it to you so y'all can look at it and give us feedback, and then we'll be coming back in May with actually to the Finance Committee to adopt. So if you see anything on there that you're wanting to make recommendations to administration, please let us know. I have already added the next step. If you remember, we were going to add another step each year till we could get to, I think, the teachers to 40 and the support staff to 30. So that gets the teachers, I think, to 32. I'm not looking at it, and gets everybody else to 25 for the next coming year. And Ms. Piazza, the wording for the teachers who retire being able to get the performance stipend is in that section, subject to approval by TSRO. So.
That's a big accomplishment, so I'm glad y'all looked into that. Thank you.
All right, any questions, comments? If not, we'll move on to sales tax update.
All right, the EFID is continues to be up. It's up 12% for the last reported month, which was March sales that we received in April. So we're running 12% up for the year. So that's really good. Now we're up a lot due to the $30 an hour and the additional stipends and those different type things. So we're going to be discussing those before we move into the budget for next year. We're going to have to do something with that. All right. And then the sales tax report, it was up 11.59%, which is putting us at 9.6 up for the year. So we're looking real good with the shop at home and money being spent in Tangible Parish. Okay.
Sounds good. Any questions, comments on that?
Since Mr. Anthony's not here, I'll go ahead and ask. So when are we going to be re-looking at the teacher's pay raise because of the thing?
So I'm excited to report that this year's salary schedule has a pay raise for everyone. It's called a step.
I have a question.
Go ahead, Ms. Wright.
A couple of questions I've gotten. So I think the paras were supposed to get their stipend in January, and I've gotten some questions right before Easter. They hadn't got that. Do you know if they got that or when they're getting that stipend? It was supposed to be given in January?
No, it's supposed to be given a second. They got the first one in, first one they want to pay. They had a training in January. They just get it this semester.
Okay, well, that's what okay, so they get it the end of semester?
It's going
From
out
the
first
January?
cycle in May, so they.
Okay.
But they had an opportunity to do training at our January PD day.
Yeah.
So, and then we had a March PD day, but I don't think we had any new training, so now we'll go out for those who have earned, not for everybody.
Okay, well, whoever was supposed to get the stipend from the January training, they'll go out the first check of May?
Yeah.
Is that basic? But
The first cycle of May, every parent who got the first half of their stipend and.
We'll get the second half.
Will get their second.
Gotcha, okay. And my other question was, what about the stipend that was attached to like the bands or the groups participating in our crew of champions and their band activities, or the coaches who had to do so many events?
Right, so I sent
Is anybody
a,
paying attention to check that stuff?
yes, I sent something out to each principal before spring break on the, I'm gonna say performance teams, because after the Parade of Champions, that was kind of the last one, and we've gotten that back. Some did not meet it, and so I'm waiting to get with Miss Stilley, because it says that she makes the decision if there's anything to be deducted based on non-participation.
Yeah.
And I'm about to send one out to all the principals for all the athletics
Yeah.
to make sure that everybody met their minimum
Yeah, but
requirements.
I mean, who, is someone at each campus supposed to be?
The principal is responsible
is
to
principals
report.
Responsible for making sure that their coaches did all the stuff they're supposed to do?
They're the ones that's reporting to us whether they did or not.
Okay. I was just curious, because this would be our first year to kind of enact that, if there was someone assigned to actually follow up.
Right.
Okay.
And you did prompt my memory. There is one other change in the salary schedule. There was some confusion in the wording about the parades. It said they had to be in 2 local
Yeah,
parades.
yeah.
And one of them had to be the Tangipahoa Parish Fair Parade. But at the top of the page, it said that everybody had to be in the Parade of Champions. So it was basically the Parade of Champions plus 2 local parades, which one of them had to be the fair. So now it clearly says at the top, all championship athletic teams must be in the Parade of Champions, and then all those other groups have to be in 3 parades. One being the fair, one being the Parade of Champions, and then one being whatever other local parade.
Unless they have a legitimate reason not to be in the.
And it says, and they need, and we had some issues with that this year. They are supposed to submit to the superintendent in advance to get a waiver, hey, we have, nationals, or we have whatever. But, so we're working through those growing pains.
Well, I was kind of wondering with the Crew of Champions, since it is an issue with, like competitions or whatever, if we could somehow get a date, like our Crew of Champions is gonna be the 3rd weekend of
I
February.
think we already have a date for next year, and it's
I mean,
going to be on the calendar.
Because then they can set their spring softball or baseball or whatever schedule and don't have a game on that day. Otherwise, they're gonna have a game on that day. It's always gonna be a game unless we've changed the date of that parade many times. Like, it's never a set week of the set time, so I don't know.
The first executive meeting we had after this year's Parade of Champions, we decided
Yeah.
to set the date.
Okay,
I think it had a lot to do with our board conferences as well.
Yeah.
Because there was a few times that
we
we
were doing
all
it
said.
before Mardi Gras, but this year we didn't, so.
Right, so I think that was a problem in the past, because it kind of fell when we were doing our state conference.
If you can get a date, like y'all always do, Strawberry is always the second weekend of January,
Right.
April, y'all are always.
It's the second week of
Yeah.
March.
If we
Right.
could
We
get
had
a
the same
date.
discussion that it
Yeah,
needs to be
yeah.
far enough out there that everybody knows, here's when it is.
So, and then I would suggest a notice to all those sports, because they're gonna be making them schedules. They can schedule their activities around what they're required to do. I mean, because you can't expect them to show up if they have tournaments or something they're in.
Well, and most of the athletic teams aren't required to be there. The issue is they may be on the Ponchatoula dance or cheer,
Yeah.
and they also play on the softball team.
Exactly.
I don't know that Coach Harper's going to schedule around the Parade of Champions for girls that are on the dance. He may,
Well,
but
yeah, but, I mean, it's a Saturday.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we play 3 or 4 nights a week, so I think we can, for all the teams could forego one Saturday. I mean,
Yeah, like you said, it would beg to differ though, Rose.
I think I heard Ms. Dominguez say that she's making a motion to make that a dead Saturday, that no other activities can take place
I
on.
just don't, I think
Is
it's,
that what I heard?
you can't expect them to change their schedule at the last minute.
Right.
If we don't have a date set, is what I'm
Right.
trying to get us to get.
Yeah, but we will have the date. The date is
Standard
set. What, is it is it like the 3rd? We set it. It's the same Saturday as it was this year, however that fell on the calendar.
Mr. President, I did have one question for the budget wise, and it might be an easy one or not. I know in the past that when we've had teachers fill in for other teachers, because maybe we didn't have a sub, they would do a green sheet. Where is that built into our budget? Like, where does that money?
So you're talking about a
come from?
teacher subbing, losing their planning period to
Yes.
sub. So that is in the substitute budget where we used to pay ESS for subs, and we're currently paying other subs. Any of that extra time is being coded to subs. It's really just started hitting in the last 2 months.
Barely picked up last night.
Last couple of months, we've got that, because that's all going through Dr. Fussell and Ms. Kirkland to confirm that.
But that's built in through a particular?
That's where it's at in the budget.
Okay.
And I can let you know at the end of the year if it's costing us more than we have done previously, having the ESS do that, or if it's,
Because I've gotten asked that question, and I know we usually build it in somewhere. I just didn't know where exactly in our budget is that coming from? Is it coming from that particular fund? Is it coming from that
it's
school
mostly
fund?
coming out of regular programs, substitutes.
Thank you.
All right. Nothing
That was
else?
way longer than I thought.
That's it.
All right, thank you.
Out of it, we'll adjourn the meeting today.